Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. I have to be a little bit quiet here because not everyone in the house is awake. There is a pretty big distance between me and there, but I still don't want to scream too loud because people don't tend to like to wake up to me screaming at my computer. But I'm sure you understand. Anyway, we are doing a Sejuani game. I haven't done a Sejuani game in forever because nobody plays her. The girly on the pig. It's yeah, there's a good reason for it, obviously, because she's not really considered to be a good champion. She is, however, a good champion. I mean, I consider her still very powerful, especially with the amount of utility she has. And if you look at the amount of utility she brings to team fights, as well as well, early mid game is kind of her moment to shine. She really can do a whole lot. Her ultimate is probably one of the best in the game. It's an AoE stun that is not centered around you, and it's just very hard to find the same utility in other champions. All in all, I just think she is an awesome champion, and I gladly do this game because, well, I haven't seen her in quite a while. Obviously, her downfall was she came out just after Shyvana, and Shyvana is just the better jungler. Out of the two, Shyvana is just way faster, she has more damage, and she was the super overpowered when she came out. So people overlook Sejuani because, well, her effects are pretty much the same. It's just a copy paste, lazy programming, lazy game design by Riot. Nothing else you can say about that. That is just the way it is. But that doesn't mean that she's not a strong champion. It just means that, well, compared to Shyvana, she doesn't do that amount of damage, but she brings way more utility to the table. She has a bunch of slows, just like Nautilus, I guess. She has that dash. Hang on, that's the Q, right? Yeah, the Arctic Assault. The dash, which can jump over walls. It's bigger than a flash. It comes up every few seconds, so you can use it to get into a fight and get out of a fight. Then you have the super permafrost thingy, the super slow, which is quite useful as well. And as I said, the ultimate, yeah, I just find the ultimate super useful. So we have the first gank coming in top lane. Obviously not by Sejuani, but still a gank is a gank, and we are going to see the first blood here because there is no way to get out of this. Yep, there you go. Pretty easy kill. She overextended by quite a large margin. There was no way she was going to get the Shen, and still she was all the way over here, and yeah, that is just, yeah, it's just too risky. Anyhow, we also get a kill in mid lane. And that was probably just a burst from Annie. Let's have a look. Can we actually get back? Yeah. So that was probably just a burst from Annie with her stun up. And wow, new pictures look pretty nice. I haven't seen them yet. But yeah, it's indeed just a burst. And Annie gets bursted down a little bit as well. Almost dies to that burst from Rice, but Rice not strong enough. Yeah, it is Rice. Just checking. But yeah, Rice not strong enough because he started too late with his burst. He waited until Annie was completely done. She cast all of her spells and then he started. If he just tossed in like one Q before he got stunned, it would have been so much better. On the other hand, it would have been so much better if he didn't get stunned at all. And Sejuani will have to get out of here. Yeah, gets a little bit lucky that this guy doesn't really dare to come in, but she is going to lose her red buff now because, well, yeah, Lee Sin is just going to pick that up because he was here anyway, but he could have just easily just Q'd her and so QQ and then ran back out because, well, as you can see, Rice ran straight into the lane. He probably didn't even think of the possibility that someone might be coming for Sejuani. And Sejuani, yeah, stopping here at that tower, yeah, that is a risky move to make. But it worked out this way, or this time I should say. And we are going to, yeah, and here you see why she's not picked a lot. She's just not that strong in that early game. Straight off compared to other junglers. She doesn't have the HP that some of the other junglers have, such as Nautilus, but she also doesn't have the damage that someone like Shyvana has. So it's kind of a risky choice, because people tend to think of her as kind of a bad champion. And so if you lose with her, or if you feed with her, which is likely when you first play her, but that's with any champion. But if you feed with her, people will shout at you, will scream at you that you should have never picked such a noob champion. And that is, of course, it's a stupid thing to say, because she is an excellent champion. She brings a lot to the table, as I said, especially in team fights. If she lands that AoE stun on everyone, damn, that is just team fight 1 right there. But then again, some other champions have that as well. They also have stuns that are AoE, but there are not a lot of those. Plus, the AoE slow from Arctic Assault also very strong, and then the permafrost to freeze everyone basically in lane. Basically a second stun. It's just that people can still cast spells, so yeah, it's a super move speed reduction, I guess. Yeah, a snare, I would say. It's almost a snare. So you can't cast spells anymore, but you can still flash out, which a snare would not allow you to do. But yeah, you can still flash out, you can still move a little bit, but that movement speed is such a reduced amount that it really doesn't matter. So it's 30% extra, and it's already 10%. Is that just 10% normally? Well, it doesn't matter. It's yeah, it doesn't say whether it's whether it stacks with other items. I'm pretty sure it does. So normally double slows don't stack, and I think in this case it does stack. So if you go for a slow item on her, then you can actually get a significant amount of slow off. And yeah, nicely done. The Lee Sin doing a good job. Not actually picking up the blue buff though. I thought he would come in for that, but he found the Sejuani instead and is not going for the blue buff therefore. I would have assumed he would either place the ward over here somewhere so that he could jump through with his QQ and then safeguard here if someone showed up or if he wanted to escape. But no, he was going to do it like this, which worked out fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good move. He got some damage done and definitely hindering Sejuani in picking up what she wanted, which was basically the blue buff. And here we go, standing on top of a ward, or next to a ward in this case. And Ryze at least running all the way in, which is great. Because by running all the way in, you don't risk the blue buff accidentally, well, running back to its place or whatever, losing sight of it. And just a little bit safer way of picking it up. And yeah, we have Annie picking up the blue buff as well. And so both of them now able to cast as many spells as they want for a little bit. And of course for Ryze it's more the cooldown reduction than anything else, even though he doesn't really need that even. Yeah, the Shen is coming in as well, and bye-bye, giving another blue buff away. But the blue buff goes to Annie, so it's not a big deal. It's still a big deal that he got killed, because now it's 4 versus 1, and we are not having the best start in our lives. At least I hope not. So, yeah, the position of the blue buff here, or the pink ward, yeah, I've discussed that many times. If you're on the red team, you can't place it here, you need to place it here. But if you're on the blue team, yeah, you can place it here pretty much, it doesn't really matter. But you cannot see the back part here, and I know in some recent game, and if someone knows which game that is, please send me a message with the name of the game or the link or whatever. because I really want to have that clip. I forgot to to write it down where that happened at Baron. There was a game where at Baron 2 teams placed a pink ward and the 2 pink wards couldn't see each other. The wards were over here and over here and they couldn't see each other. So if you know which game that is, or even which champion I was casting at the time, so that I can find it, please just send me a message, because I really want to find that moment again. And I'm sure someone will remember it. I'm just not sure if that same someone is going to watch that game, this game. But yeah, it was a pretty incredible moment where you saw how important it is to place that ward correctly. And yeah, we're going to see some massive damage going off on Shen. He actually took quite a beating there from just basic attacks. That is of course the true damage from Irelia, which makes that possible. And mid lane is going to get taken out here. Bottom lane is going to get ganked, but yeah, bottom lane not really in trouble. They are still pretty safe. This guy's out of mana. That might be a little bit of a problem, but how did he get a blue buff? Did he kill Annie? Did I miss that? Hang on. Yeah, Annie did die. I kind of missed that. Sorry about that. That's kind of stupid. Yeah, it seems that she did die. Yeah, this is basically all correct. So yeah, now it is Rice with the blue buff, and of course with the blue buff you can spam your spells way more, even with the cooldown reduction that Rice already has from his innate ability. It is still important to get additional cooldown reduction if you can. And that's exactly what he has with that blue buff. Of course, with his mana items, he doesn't really need the mana either. So normally we see with Rice that the jungler will just take the buff himself. And oh, come on. Are we going to be able to go in on this? I think he went a little bit too early. Or she, whatever. Just a little bit too early for the simple reason that there was no backup, so there is no additional damage. And as I said before, she doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So yeah, it took him too long. And this is, by the way, a very stupid thing to happen. It happens to so many people, and I don't understand why. It's just a form of being greedy, I guess. Because yeah, you place the ward, and instead of placing it smack down in the middle of the bush, you place it, or you want to place it just on the outside, so you have like a half a centimeter more vision. But it's like, just place it over here if you want to place it. It's like, I don't know, 100 pixels. You're going to see this amount. Like, that matters. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's like once in every 3 games or so you see someone place a ward outside of a bush. And with normal wards, yeah, it sucks, especially early game when you don't have the sightstone yet. But yeah, if you do it with a pink ward, that's just a complete waste of money. Because that ward doesn't provide anything except for vision that you would already have. And if you just place it smack down in the middle of that bush, at least you will know whether the bush is warded, which is exactly why you would place a pink ward there. But anyhow, we are going to go into the bottom lane. It seems that we have a big fight going off here. Rice coming in, and is Rice going to be able to snare anyone? Nope, they're just going to run out and be safe. In the meantime, we are yeah, trying to see what's happening with Dragon and with our buffs and such. Now going to go to the mid lane, just farming it up, and of course 2 guys show up. Both of them have a buff, so it's becoming a little bit more dangerous now. And Rice also has one, so that's good. I don't know who has our red buff. Nobody, it seems. Might have already timed out. A nice kill there by the top lane. doing a good job. She Aurelia has been doing some really aggressive moves, not really playing too hot. I mean, she is 1-1. She has 108 minions. That is good, but not really preventing the farm on Shen. And she can prevent quite a bit of the farm on Shen, because well, she has that true damage, and of course the true damage is exactly what is so scary for someone like Shen. Oh, the beautiful ultimate there. It exactly reached, and oh, he failed his flash. And yeah, one more cube. Come on, do it. There you go. Ultimate would have been good as well. I don't know if she had that up. No, it would have been 10 more seconds, but she still had a flash up, so there was no way he was going to get out. Yeah, nice attempt at least by Lee Sin. But there's of course no way you should be missing flashes at any point, but especially if there's no real pressure on. If you come running in, so if you come running in here for example, and you miss your flash because you do it just a little bit too early because there's someone coming from here, there's someone coming from here, and you're like stressing out, yeah, I can totally see that. But he was already next to the ridge, he was at plenty of HP, and there was no stun that was going to come in, so he had all the time to just place his cursor over here, just hit the flash and then get over there, but apparently he could not do it. And I assume that was a flash. I'm not actually sure what else it could have been. I'm now thinking that it wasn't a flash. Well, at least he didn't have a ward, which is kind of a mistake anyhow, because wards are normally the way to go on Lee Sin. I guess Katarina also, a little bit. Jax. Katarina, I'm not actually sure if she can jump 2 wards, but with the Shanpo. Maybe not, maybe not. I'm guessing not, but at least those two, well, Lee Sin is well known for always carrying wards. And of course, Jax normally carries wards as well for the same purpose, just to jump to it if the situation gets into trouble and you want to get out as soon as you can. And here we go, come on, apply some slows to people. Yeah, they do some damage, but the enemy team not really too scared. Only Alistar getting really damaged, but Alistar is building some AP crap. I don't know what he's doing. Has no wards, has no tanky items, no support, anything. And the same goes for Janna, but Janna at least is building something with the Kindle Gem here. I guess this guy can build the same thing at the moment. Can be building the same thing at the moment. But yeah, no support items yet. At least Janna has a vision ward. And yeah, now we see some wards here as well. But yeah, the Alistar does realize that he should be getting a little more tanky crap. And buys the Giant's Belt. So what are we doing over here? Seems that Aurelia is granted her wish of the red buff. And of course, Sejuani just goes on to farm it up. I'm not actually sure whether this was a ranked. I think it was. I think it was a ranked game. I'll put it in the title. You can see it. Put the ELO either in the title or in the description, so you can see that as well. Because for some people it is really important. Oh wow, he missed his Q. He waited too long. And it didn't do damage to the minion. But hey, whatever. So all 5 of the red teamers are here, but they are spread out in 2 groups. Sejuani now bridging the gap here a little bit, making sure that nobody could run in here. But there is a ward over here from the blue team, which kind of makes it a little bit dangerous to just farm there on your own. And are we going to be able to slow him enough? The slow goes down, and the slow is good enough, it seems. We are catching up, and unfortunately not getting the kill. And now the enemy team comes in. The whole enemy team is still full health, but we are going to grab the first kill in this team fight. It's not going to be the only kill. There are two people that are still very low. Oh, both of them flash out at no HP. And nobody can follow, not even the Shen? Are you kidding me? How do you not see that coming? How do you not see that they're probably going to flash out, or at least attempt to flash out? Well, there was a great snipe there. They shouldn't be here. Janna shouldn't be here either. And yeah, Janna should have died there. But she gets lucky. Oh, she's still going to run into them. Fail. Fail, 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 fail. Anyhow, this guy is going to die as well. The Irelia. Okay, or not. Oh, 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 oh. Risky moves. Holy crap. She is still alive. Oh, but the shield goes off. And oh, she does grab the kill. She does grab the kill. And oh, she's still alive. Holy crap. Little bit of lifesteal. Is it good enough? It is good enough. Holy crap. That was excellent. And yeah, oh, misses his Q. Is he now going to die? The ultimate from Sejuani. Look at that lifesteal. Irelia! Got a nerve, Irelia, man. Holy crap. Oh, these plays, man. These plays. Oh, she should have died there, but yeah, Irelia being Irelia, that is of course the way she plays. She has a lot of lifesteal and a lot of very tanky, well, items. She just can do a whole lot with very little, and well, that's exactly why people like her so much. She does a lot of damage. She does true damage, so she doesn't even need to care about penetration and such. And she does get all kinds of very heavy, tanky items. Lots of armor, magic resist, health, those kind of goodies. And all in all, she's pretty easy to play. She's easy to last hit with. You can just use your Q basically if you miss a last hit. And yeah, once you kind of get the hang of how to do that, so how to pick up whole minion waves with that Q without losing too much mana, you should be able to do pretty well. Except really early game when you don't have the mana, but yeah, well, you just have to learn, I guess. It's not a big deal. Yeah, Rice not making a decision there. You see those little mistakes. Normally people don't notice that in their own play, but you saw there that he should have made a decision. Either go for the minion or go for the champion. But he didn't make a mistake, so he lost the champion and he lost the minion. And I know it's only one minion, it's like 20 gold. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But those little hesitations, they can cost you the game. Because now it's only one minion. Next team fight it may be a kill. And that kill may spiral into your team losing, actually. Not because of the one kill, but because you lose the team fight. Because you didn't pick up the kill, or you didn't decide quickly enough which would be your target. And a big team fight, as you might have noticed, Irelia finally dies. But we are going to pick up 2 back for that. And maybe a 3rd. Yeah, and here comes the slow. You see here how good this slow is. This guy almost standing still, and yeah, it's just such an amazing thing to have that slow. And yeah, never underestimate that slow, man. So yeah, we want to go for Baron here. There is a pink ward on her. Yeah, they do find the pink ward, and look, this is the exact right position for pink ward. Both teams had the right position for the pink ward. There is of course still a ward over here, but they can't see that. But that one doesn't matter, because that one can't see the health on Baron. So it makes it impossible to steal Baron with just that ward. Same goes for this one. It's nice to have this bush warded. and you can see when people are going for Baron, but it's mostly about stealing Baron, not just making sure that people can't see that you're doing Baron. That's mostly about people stealing it, so coming in at the exact right moment. And that's what you prevent with that pink ward. You don't prevent people from knowing you do Baron, because as you saw, they immediately came in here because they knew they were doing Baron. Because at some point they took out a ward here. So yeah, you're going to assume that. And the same goes for this ward. It would have spotted it, a ward over here, a ward over here. They would have all seen where they were going. Plus it was kind of obvious from the previous team fight. They chased off the entire enemy team with only one guy lost. And that means that, yeah, Baron is pretty much secure. So we are going to go for Dragon now? No? Maybe? I don't know. No, we're going to defend mid lane here. The ultimate is already back up. It has a relatively short cooldown. But yeah, it's also... in the beginning, it is hard to hit. I mean, it has a big AoE, but it is pretty hard to hit because you have to hit a champion with it, or it has to travel the complete distance before it detonates. So if you miss the champion at short range, if the champion is standing right next to you and you miss, then it's going to travel all the way to here or something like that before it detonates. The red team picks up the kill with a smite. At least I'm assuming that was with a smite. And whoa, the dash comes in. The Arctic Assault. No ultimate coming out because it would have been useless to stun people in tower range, so that was a good choice. But look at the tankiness on, for example, Annie. Well, not so much tankiness, but the amount of HP. You can now see pretty easily how much HP everyone has because of the new, well, newly stolen red lines. The red lines are of course from Heroes of New World, who had those red lines, well, pretty much from the beginning. And I don't mind. Once again, I don't mind them stealing things. It's just that they always pretend that they came up with it, and that's what bothers me way more than the fact that they steal something. Because just because you steal something doesn't mean that it's not good for your game. I mean, in this case, I like that. I like that they have these little lines so you can actually see how much HP someone has just from looking at it, without clicking them and reading the number. But wow, this is a huge team fight going off. Annie getting a kill, Ryze getting a kill, and of course we started off with this guy, the Graves, going really low, but he has healed up by now, so he is going to be able to come back in and grab another kill. Nicely done. Very, very nice team fight, and they definitely are going to win this right now, because, well, the enemy team is still out for 25 seconds or so. They have a minion wave. They have 3 champions right here, 4 champions, sorry, right here. I was wondering where the 4th was, but they were all here. So yeah, the only one that's going to be up is Jace and now Shen, but they're not going to be able to stop this. Probably going to be a little bit aggressive towards this, but yeah, they're just going to melt instantly. So yeah, bye-bye. End of that Nexus. So let me show you the gold there. We see that Aurelia had a very nice one, Graves had a very nice one, and on the enemy team it is mainly this Jace who was doing well. And then quite far behind that it is the Shen, who of course didn't pick up any kills. Well, he picked up 1 kill. But yeah, that's the way it goes with Shen. You normally get way more assists than this though, because only 6 assists on, 15 kills. Yeah, that's not really what Shen is all about. Shen is about that team fight, using that ultimate to come in and, well, just help out with a kill instead of using it purely defensive, because we saw, well, at least I saw 1 offensive one. I don't remember if I saw any other ones, but yeah, the offensive ultimate from Shen is so good, and yeah, the defensive ones are just, they're okay, I guess. You can definitely save people with it, but It's not nearly as good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG!